Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice. Today, we need to prove that there was a third party, and I think we need to present this here.
Objection!
Well, there's no music, so we're got it. Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated, because it can show how there might have been a third party in that tomb.
Oh, how very fascinating. Go on. I do so love a good fairy tale.
We did an luminol test at the crime scene, and we found bloodstain that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I'll remind you that neither Durk nor Miss Faye were injured during the incident. The thing is, the bloodstain had been wiped up by someone. What's this? But who would have done such a thing? That's the big question, isn't it? Who wiped up the blood and why? Thinking about it logically, it must have been someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime.
Oh, and to whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong?
The bloodstain belongs to the real killer? Mara, the victim? It's not the victim. We just said it wasn't. So the real killer? The bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it is, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun in the tomb.
You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This too is a known fact.
Objection!
Fleas have very good memories, but a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding there.
Very well, then tell me this. Where was the third party hiding?
The crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered. So if they were hiding, there was a hiding place. It would have been somewhere no one would dare look. Oh, inside the sarcophagus. Let us have your answer, defense. I mean, I don't know why no one looked in it. I mean, it's probably heavy to open. But there's one place no one would search, not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one would find you if you hid in there. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time. This is sacrilege! Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed. But that's just it. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus. True, the guards were so scared of being cursed they wouldn't even touch it. And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within their frigid confines. Well now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture. The defense requests a DNA test on the bloodstain. And then we'll see who the real killer is.
Such insolence!
Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. So your head may be parted from your shoulders.
Huh? But the trial's not over yet. Whoa.
How soon you forget. You are already on the headsman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment.
Okay. Yeah, all I did was request a DNA test.
There is no need to request such a test. Royal Guard, bring it forth now.
Here you are, Your Eminence!
The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed that the blood is of that of the traitor Durk Shamati.
What? But Durk wasn't injured. So where did his blood come from? Maybe he coughed it up? Durk's illness. Has he coughed at all? Still, there was a lot of blood. Could he have really coughed up that much? And did he wipe it up to hide his failing health? Durk, is it really that bad? Has he coughed at all? I don't remember him coughing. If he had coughed at any point, I would have been like, oh, you know, red flag. Ah, shoot, you got me.
Pay attention, Horn Devil, for this case has already been solved. You claim that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not?
About that.
Did you or did you not make that claim with your own volition, Defense?
Yeah, I did. After she steered you in that direction, that is. I fell right into a trap.
Do you see now that the folly is in opposing the very embodiment of the law? Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime is beyond the realm of possibility. The camera pulled out for that one.
Praise to the Queen! Permanent legal attack is up beyond compare! I hate to say this, but she really got us good.
The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could have opened it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it.
Can I really discount the sarcophagus as a hiding place, though? What if the real killer's still in there? No, that's just ridiculous. I mean, we could open it.
I believe we have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening? Durk Shamati, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolt, has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder.
No, it can't be! Durk would never! There must be some kind of mistake. The fine dragons and their sympathizers are starting to have doubts. Well, they're not very convinced about their cause then, are they? So this is why Gran allowed us to cross-examine Durk. By establishing his guilt in Inga's murder, she's effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him. True, and now we have an even bigger problem.
And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions.
Gulp.
Now I shall pass judgment upon the criminal Durk Shamati.
What's this? You, shall pass judgment? Well, that's my job. Is that not my role?
Hold your tongue. You are but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of law. Consider yourself dismissed. As Queen of Karain, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused.
I mean, she is the queen. I'm not surprised by that. I honestly thought this whole case was going to start off with her just being the only one in here and announcing a guilty verdict. It just took a little longer to get there. Yeah, objection. Fuck you. Wait. You didn't even give me a chance to rebut.
No, when you were defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I am willing to show you the depths of my compassion. My unmeasured compassion. Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me.
Quick, Apollo. Even if you have the bluff, we've got to keep this trial going. Show that the crime could have been committed by a third party.
I'm supposed to do that.
Oh, why don't you start with, about the timing of Inga's murder? What? This whole case is built on a single premise, that Inga was murdered after Durk entered the tomb. But what if that's not true? Like, if our assumptions were all wrong? Do we have his autopsy report? Yes. 3 p.m. When did he go into the thing? Around 2 p.m. No, this is Firecracker Man. Okay. It might just work. Well, don't keep us waiting, defense. Durk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there's another question we should ask ourselves at this time. Was Minister Inga really killed after Durk entered the tomb?
What nonsense is this?
Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Durk arrived at the scene, opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after... Okay. Sure. before Durk entered the tomb. That's the only choice that made sense there. Isn't it possible, before Durk even set foot into the tomb, Minister Inger was already dead? That would certainly make the possibility of a third party more probable. Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance. Which means... you wouldn't have noticed his body in either way. This scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime. I see. Well, that certainly does make sense. So far so good, this might actually work.
Very well. I shall play along with you with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind.
Not tiny. At least the size of a walnut.
I was starting to get quite bored of all this. I could do with a distraction.
Yes!
Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Bailiff, summon Rayfa. Surely she has recovered by now.
But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore? No. I hope you are feeling better, Your Benevolence.
Must I perform the divination seance?
What? Oh, no. We merely require your testimony this time.
How can my testimony be of any value?
Your Benevolence? Princess Rayfa seems awfully depressed. After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt on the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw. I hope she doesn't pass out again.
Prosecutor Shimani, may I ask you something?
Of course, Your Benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother, and only yesterday. Rayfa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people, so I told her the truth, what the truth really was. If it is up to a mother to discipline a child.
I see.
Be that as it may, Your Benevolence, it is now bearing upon our trial here today, so there is no need to let it trouble you. I know.
Rand told Rayfa something other than Amar's status? Sounds like it, but what could it be?
Rayfa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. They somehow think your father was already dead when Durk entered the tomb. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you?
I almost said I require of you. It's very true either way, right?
Yes, I am ready to testify.
Very well, Your Benevolence. Your testimony, if you please. She did say she saw Inga run out of his house, right? What Rayfa witnessed?
On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb. Then about 2:45, I saw Barb having company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered at 2:30.
Your second floor veranda? Jealous. Oh, she must be talking about that house facing Inga's private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father. At about 2:30?
Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the royal residence.
You mean you people? And so after the minister entered Amara's tomb at 2:30, no one went in or out until the murder was discovered?
The tomb was closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. That rules out any possibility of the third party laying in wait to slay my poor husband.
Or she'd like us to believe.
Now hear me, you useless lawyer. Cease this charade and bow before me, for I, Queen Garan, shall finally have your head.
Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first let us allow the defense to question the witness. Judge, you better be careful. Your head's gonna be on the table, too. Hopefully that sniper rifle I gave Athena is getting loaded right now. Just when the real guilty verdict is like, Athena, take the shot! It's like, okay, so we're gonna press everything. You say you'd been watching the courtyard until you arrived. We arrived, correctly? What, didn't you have a TV? It seems like an awfully long time.
There's much that weighs on my mind.
I see. She really does sound troubled. Oh, she's fucked. I don't think she's ever fully recover from the previous trial. I mean, she's straight up gonna need like years of like therapy. Again, she's not gonna get over it. Almost certainly not. The amount of shit she's had to go through, like, she's discovered from the use of the secret police, she's been pretty much fucking sentencing innocent people to death. She has been proven wrong with the divine seances a number of times now. Her own father is now murdered from a coup attempt, from what it looks like. When she tried to summon the memories of his death, she fucking had a hard time with that, right? So I think maybe she's gonna need to change her career. Oh, actually, what did you say? I guess it's not easy being a princess. Your benevolence. How do you have that on your ear if you ever like to talk? What do you know about my woes? Don't presumably exceed your station in life. Sheesh. Teenagers. Your benevolence. What did you witness from the veranda?
Hold it!
Did your father seem different or troubled in any way? Huh, let me think. There was one unusual thing. There was? Yeah, a shriek emanated from within my father's quarters. After which I witnessed him bolt outside, his countenance drained of its usual color. He screamed, and he was looking pale. What did you suppose happened? I don't know, perhaps he had a bad dream. Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over the coals by the queen.
Oh, you think you're fucking funny? Seems our young lawyer here wishes to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. Fuck you. Does the defense believe the witness's last statement to be important? I mean, okay, yeah, probably. I believe it is. I didn't even get a choice there. The victim screamed bloody murder from his house and came running out. With no one else around. That's kind of fucking weird. Huh, and why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out? I didn't see anyone else, just my father. That last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. Should I press her? Press her softly. Your benevolence. Yeah? This incident was a real shock to us all. I didn't care. It must have been really terrible for you, but I want to let you know. I know how you feel. Please stop, you. Sim too much. It's times like these that you need something that take your mind off things. How about we all go to a picnic together or something? I know something for you. Going little picnic alone, you hornhead. Well, that didn't go well. Okay, next time I'm gonna fucking yell at her. You have to take a more aggressive approach with people like her. Okay, no, I'm gonna rip the fucking band-aid off. Back to my testimony. We'll get back to that one. I'm gonna press on the rest.
Hold it!
2:45, yeah. I believe that was around when we arrived. Mr. Wright, Athena, Durk, and I were running towards the tomb. Yeah, I was taken aback as we don't normally see commoners in the palace courtyard. Even more shocking was that Durk, a wanted man, was with you. Yeah, I suppose so. I thought the villainous leader of the Defiant Dragon was here with his minions. Because it was me, it was, you know, time for a revolution. I think you've been watching too much of that TV show.
They've already banned its broadcast from containing content unsuitable for our kingdom. Besides, the actress playing Rayfa looked nothing like her. I can't have my subject feeling so disappointed when they see the real Rayfa. Mother! Why are you so cruel to me? Have you no shame? Are you so ashamed? Once I'm grown up, all shall be just as full-figured as that actress.
He's placing all our hopes on that one final. Phoenix, that's fucking brutal, dude. That's so fucked up and hilarious, but fucking brutal as shit, dude. She's placing all her hopes on one final growth spurt. Yeah, for her sake, I hope it's in her DNA.
I suppose you could always hope for a miracle. Oh, I'll show you how you should double my milk intake and grow big and strong.
There, you benevolence. I think you are fine just the way you are. Now, may I ask you to continue your testimony?
Wish I could grow up faster.
I mean, you're 14, you still got a couple years, right?
Hold it!
Is it possible you missed something or missed seeing someone pass through?
No, my window has a commanding view of the entire ground. I saw no one else.
But that doesn't seem right. Somehow.
Don't underestimate my daughter. She may be lacking elsewhere, but her eyes are the finest.
Jesus Christ.
Lacking elsewhere?
Talk about a mother I never wish on my worst enemy. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. She needs Nayna now more than ever. Her father let out a scream and ran outside all pale-faced. That sounds pretty serious. What do you suppose happened in his private quarters? So, press here again.
Hold it!
Why do you think he screamed? Okay, so yell at her. Your benevolence! Let us have some details. The more the better.
The details, you say?
Yeah. For example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? Well, is that a yes or a no?
I've been gaining upon the courtier since about 2 yesterday. Yet I stood none other than my father. Oh, if only I had stopped him then. Sniffle.
I think you struck a nerve, or rather, obliterated one. Maybe I pressed a little too hard? Still, that last statement seemed a little off somehow. So you didn't see anyone except your father in the courtyard at 2 p.m.? Not even like a dog? Or a little shit running after the dog? Please add that to your testimony. Okay, so we'll press here. And I'm assuming we'll have to present... Yeah, I'll be statement on this one. Is the royal residence always so empty?
Naturally, it's where the royal family lives, and we're few in number, and we hate visitors. Besides, Nayna and the little birds who visit, I have no one else to talk to.
You talk to the little birds? Is there anything more stereotypically princessy than talking to birds? You know, yeah, you're right. So Nayna wasn't around at all yesterday.
Seems she was quite busy. I was all alone the entire day. It's been like that a lot lately.
Rayfa doesn't go to school. She explains a lot, so she probably doesn't have any other close friends. She must lead a rather solitary life. I'm guessing being a princess isn't all that's cracked up to be.
Rayfa, I shall buy you a new servant. I don't want you to buy me a servant like some sort of pet. I want Nayna.
Well, I'm beginning to see why Rayfa turned out like she did. Your benevolence, please tell us about what happened after you saw your father.
I was around 2:30 when I saw him heading for the town.
Judge is like, I'm looking for a new job. If you need a pet. So present.
Objection!
Who let the dogs out? Your benevolence. You're covering for someone, aren't you?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, Rayfa, but you're not gonna like this. Well, the thing is, I have a statement here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that around 2 p.m. his dog got loose and ran into the palace courtyard. That's when the little fellow stole this hat from someone.
Ah! That's Nayna's!
I mean, nothing! Never mind.
You fool of a daughter.
Seems the princess made a blunder. So let me get this straight. This is Nayna's hat, which means she had to have been in the royal residence at around 2. If so, then you had to have seen Nayna sometime after 2 p.m. yesterday.
Oh no! Who keeps putting this thing here?
Please, your benevolence, tell us what you really saw.
Did I just say hornhead? I saw Nayna. I saw that dingback dog steal her hat from her in front of my father's residence. It was pretty funny, actually.
I knew it. Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Because, my mother told me not to.
What? Would you care to explain, your eminence?
I request to withhold this set of information for it has no relevance to this case.
Objection!
You don't get to decide.
If you disagree, then prove that it's relevant to this case at hand.
Oh, I will. Your benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nayna.
Alright. When I saw that dingback dog attack Nayna, I ran to help. I raced from my second floor veranda into the courtyard.
Wait, that means that while you were coming down, you took your eyes off the courtyard.
Well, yeah. Jeez, I don't have eyes everywhere, but only for a moment.
This is crucial testimony. If you took your eyes off the courtyard, it means someone else could have entered the tomb without without you ever knowing. Your benevolence, are you sure no one else was there?
Yeah.
She's hiding something again. I need my bracelet for that. What about Nayna? Were you able to help her?
When I got down to the courtyard, Nayna was gone.
Gone?
Yeah, and I saw her again after that.
Any ideas what happened?
That dingback dog must have gobbled her up.
I seriously doubt that? But how could Nayna simply disappear while Rayfa wasn't looking? Rayfa must know something. The only question is what? Why she do was in the courtyard. Weird. Nayna disappeared too. Why Nayna disappeared? Probably where? Do you have any idea where Nayna disappeared to?
What do you mean?
Well, during the time you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb. And it just so happens that Nayna disappeared right at that moment.
No!
Wait, you think Nayna had something to do with the murder? Maybe. I don't think we can rule it out. It sounds like something that kept Nayna occupied since the early morning. Plus, she had been seen right before the murder, and then seemed to vanish into thin air. You're right. And since she's Rayfa's attendant, she could come and go as she pleased within the palace grounds. Could Rayfa's attendant really be the killer? But that would mean...
Aren't my father and now Nayna? These were the people I trusted most. How could this be?
Objection!
Do not heed their lies. Lawyers are foul breed, quick to claim that a third party is to blame for a crime. Nayna did not enter the tomb. That much is certain.
How can you be so sure?
When Nayna's hat was stolen, that crazed cur spilled an urn of water upon my husband's doorsteps. Is that not right, Rayfa?
Yeah, it is.
While that dingbat dog was tugging at Nayna's hat, it tripped over the urn. The bottoms of her shoe would have been soaked in water. And if she had truly headed into the tomb with wet shoes, she would have left shoe prints along the way. But the only shoe prints to be found belonged to my husband, Inga.
Huh. Then...
That's right, Nayna never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters.
How do you know?
It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nayna.
That's right. Edgeworth and I did some shoe prints. Did see some shoe prints in there, and we didn't test them. I mean, that makes sense. I don't remember doing that, but still.
Now do you understand? Nayna cannot possibly have gone into the tomb. And that supposed third party at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination.
Another glorious deduction! I'll hear the genius of Her Eminence Queen Garon! Bow down before her glory, witless lawyer! Are those guys fanboy any harder? That's what they're being paid to do, dude. Is it really true? Did Nayna not go into the tomb? Excuse me, but... Mr. Wright? Your benevolence, what time was it when the dog attacked Nayna? I think it was at 2:15. I see. Apollo, if Nayna entered Inga's private quarters at around 2:15, and Inga came racing out at 2:30, pale-faced and screaming, then... Ah, I know what you're getting at. Yeah, that might explain his scream. Did she disrobe? Chronos, I don't fucking know. Would the defense please share their theory regarding the Justice Minister Inga's scream? Certainly, Your Honor, or Majesty, whoever the fuck you are. Because he saw a ghost, he was attacked by Nayna, he had a bad dream. I mean... probably wasn't a bad dream. He was attacked by Nayna. That doesn't seem right, right? So he saw a ghost? Maybe he saw a ghost. Maybe even a bunch of ghosts, like from all the people he sentenced to death. Okay, so that was the wrong one. A ghost? Really? Sure, and they'll be back tonight. The spirits of the dead, unable to rest in peace. And if you're not careful, your benevolence, they might curse you too. Like, that's fucking funny! I'll never be able to sleep again! I seem awfully frightened for a princess who's communed with spirits. Apollo, don't think you've teased her enough. Come on, let's think this one over again. Okay, so attacked her then? Or he attacked her? Maybe he was attacked by Nayna? That would make the Justice Minister's private quarters the real scene of the crime. Oh, right, we're trying to accuse Nayna of murder. Did you ever see No Bounds? The minister's body was found in the tomb. Are you suggesting that the body was moved? Do I think the minister was moved from his private quarters? I think the possibility exists. Considering the fact that the body was found in the tomb, I'd say there is a possibility. Huh. What utter nonsense. Rather been watching the courtyard. So you assume he was stabbed in the back, and you're to blame, and then he ran out and died in the tomb? Yet you would suggest that someone could have transported the body unnoticed? You have a point there. In that case, I'd say there's no way the body was moved. After all, there was an awful lot of blood in the tomb. Okay, never mind. I understand his scream was in a reaction to... I understand if the scream was in a reaction to Nayna's attack, but Inga died in the tomb. We need to explain how those two realities could concede. How are they supposed to do that? Oh, maybe. Maybe where he was stabbed and where he died are two completely different locations. What do you mean? It's just let's look at this simply as simply as possible. He was stabbed one place. Okay, follow along, and then he bled out somewhere else. If the minister's body wasn't moved, he might have been stabbed by Nayna in the private quarters, and then died in the tomb. I see. On one hand, that seems plausible, but on the other, it seems decidedly implausible. Prosecutor Somebody, what is that fool babbling on about now? Is this a riddle from one of those fortune cookies Americans seem so fond of? Perhaps, but I believe he himself does not know what he means to say. In all likelihood, it was a poor attempt to confuse us. We should simply ignore him.
Objection!
I wasn't finished yet, so hold off on the analysis, would you? The autopsy report never stated that the minister's death was instantaneous, so he could have conceivably moved from one place to another after being stabbed. Oh my, are you suggesting he ran all the way to the tomb with a knife sticking out of his back? Yes? Oh yeah, that's the gist of it. In short, Minister Inger saw Nayna with a knife, let out a scream, and when he turned his back to her to flee, right, and that's when he was stabbed from behind. Well, Your Majesty, does my theory hold water?
Such insolence!
How dare you bore me like this?
Huh?
You are a humanless moron, spewing an endless stream of unamusing dribble.
I wasn't trying to be funny, Your Eminence.
Prosecutor, enlighten these ignorant clowns in lawyer's clothing.
Your Eminence. Nayna?
Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take it. You dull, slow-witted, putrid-minded lawyer. Perhaps you would be too stupid to notice you had been stabbed in the back. But a normal person would not notice due to the excruciating pain.
Ah! He's on meds! Now hold on.
Let me teach you the meaning of pain.
He has a point. Normally, most people would notice a dagger in the back. I mean, here's the thing. Adrenaline's a bitch. There have been cases of people getting shot or stabbed and running for it. Not noticing until, well, they get to their destination. It's not super common, mind you, but depending on where that knife was, right? I mean, it does look like it's right on his spine. I don't know. Yeah, I doubt someone would ignore the pain like this. Still, in this case, it's the word normally that we should emphasize. Paula, take another look at the court records. Right. There must be something to explain this. There's a reason Inga didn't feel any pain, and the defense would submit evidence proving just that. Very well, please present your evidence. Why didn't Justice Minister Inga notice the pain he's been stabbed, that he had... Okay, why didn't Justice Minister Inga notice that he had been stabbed? There we go. This.
Take that!
Ah, those are my father's painkiller shots.
The defense will explain the significance of this evidence. Minister Inger suffered from terrible back pain, so he often injected himself with these. We're told... with these? We're told that one shot in the back would make all his pain go away. With this, it's easy to explain what happened. Don't tell me you didn't know about these, Your Eminence.
You can mean...
Minister Inger was stabbed in his back, close to where he usually injected the painkiller. Therefore, it's entirely possible he didn't notice that he had been stabbed.
What?
What's this? I don't think that... Man, that would have to be an extremely powerful painkiller to negate all the pain. Adrenaline's one thing, but if we're saying a drug negated a knife dagger through his back into vital organs, if we're ruling out adrenaline, I don't know. Then, are you suggesting Justice Minister Inga really ran with a knife protruding from his back? I am, Your Majesty.
So then, when I thought my father, he had a knife sticking out of him? I mean, with that cape of his, I couldn't see his back very clearly.
Yeah, the knife was there. It was just plunged in so deep you didn't notice it until under his cape. Therefore, when you saw your father, he was already dead. Murdered by Nayna in his private quarters.
Pocahontas!
Oh, we haven't seen that word in a while. Holy Mother, Crane. Are we dealing with the living dead here? Well, technically, he wasn't dead yet. He was soon to be dead. I know it's hard to believe, but this is a plausible sequence of events. Once Minister Inger arrived at the tomb, he could have removed the knife and dropped dead from the blood loss. I mean, that would have caused the blood loss if he removed the knife.
Nayna kill my father? There must be some mistake.
Defense would like to call Nayna to the stand.
You seek to drag an innocent old woman to the stand with no proof whatsoever?
Yeah?
Huh. tangled web of expedient lies you weave.
I don't know how to tell fact from fiction. Who or what shall I believe in now? The Plum Punisher? Absolutely. Sorry, Rayfa. All I've done is confuse you. But I have a sneaking suspicion Nayna's involved in this case one way or another. Just when I thought we'd blown this case wide open. Well, there's no turning back now. How do you wipe your ass with... Oh, she probably has someone to wipe her ass. Yeah. Actually, you wipe more than your ass, so Jesus Christ, those... You definitely work out your wiper guard, huh? Because I definitely would not wipe my ass with nails like that. My God.
You're a fool of a lawyer. I know why you people are so desperate to prove the accused innocent.
You do?
Yes, because he faces public execution if proven guilty. As shall you, under the stipulation of the Defense Culpability Act. From the moment you accepted this case, you have had no choice but to fight for your lives.
No. The simple fact is I've always believed that Durk is innocent.
Bah! Still you cling to your pretensions. Very well, I shall offer you a bargain. If you admit that the accused is guilty right here, right now, I shall overlook your crime of abetting him, and you will not be subject to the execution.
That's some sort of joke?
Far from it. As Queen, I have the power to grant pardons, even to criminals like you. And with the wave of my hand, I can even reduce the severity of a sentence. Perhaps even for Durk, should you be willing to cooperate.
She wasn't kidding when she said she's the law around here. But to flaunt that power in our faces like that, that's just wrong. I mean, it's kind of a plea deal, but that's usually behind closed doors.
Forget all that has transpired in our kingdom and return to your own country in peace. Well, will you abandon your defense of the accused and accept my generous offer?
If I don't take this deal, we'll be executed along with Durk if he's found guilty. What should I do? I mean, we can't abandon the defense. Continue the defense. Nice try, Goran. But it looks like you don't know what justice is made out of. We won't coattail to threats like you. Koto? Whatever, it's when you bow. You know, Your Eminence. I already looked it up once. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I can't back down now. I don't want to drag you into this, so... don't worry. I gave up on life a long time ago. And while I can't say I'm used to it, this isn't exactly my first rodeo. It's rodeo, Chronos. Rodeo. But if I'm hung guilty... This is from the first case. To be fair, Albie, I didn't really care if you were innocent or not. Chronos, I'm just saying. He scanned me. He deserves the hang. Chronos, I'm okay. So keep fighting, Apollo. You'll hear no objections from me.
Yeah, you're nincompoops. You'll die if you lose this case. Why would you entertain the notion of continuing?
I believe that Durk is innocent. That's why. And besides, trial exists to give the truth to a chance to get out in the open. You can't give up just because you're afraid of some punishment. And if your punishment is death, does that not frighten you, whorehead? Well, who wouldn't be scared? I mean, just thinking about it, I might need new pants. Makes me weak to the knees, to be honest. But as a lawyer, I have a duty to protect my client. And I can't just abandon them. A duty? Huh? You're willing to die hard? And yet I... Duty. How many fucking times, Chronos? I don't know. It's a heavy burden now, alright. Rayfa looks like she's really struggling. We literally just saw this. I gotta play Tales of Destiny on the channel one day. Good game. I wish they did a port of the not HD, but the remake of it. They didn't though, sadly. Maybe one day. But it's no surprise considering the torrent of painful truth she had to face. Very well then. If the defense is prepared to face the death sentence under the Defense Culpability Act, then I see no reason not to continue with the proceedings. But I must admit, I see no grounds for doubting the accused's guilt.
Unless the defense has further evidence that would indicate a different suspect.
Do we have anything like that? Maybe. We'll figure that out next time. Bye! You're not gonna do your outro? Fine, thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye!